Chess clocks are one of the few chess items that I see that they don't have a lot of videos on. So in this video here, only thing I want to do is just compare some physical characteristics between the ZMF Pro and the Chronos. This is the GX version. Now this Chronos was made by DCI, and I believe this company is now going out of business, but there's plenty of these stock around. You can buy them from almost any well-known chess distributor. Now, and the reason why I picked these two clocks is because they seem to be some of the most popular clocks that I've seen, like in chess videos on YouTube, for example, or I have seen them a lot at chess tournaments. I played blitz with them at the local club, you know, playing at time with both of these clocks. But I just got this clock here myself. I played with the clock, but it was somebody else's. But I got that one. Actually, I have two of these, and I may even be giving away one of those sometime soon. Again, those are, you know, higher dollar items. Because again, both of these clocks are going to run you around 100 US dollars, maybe 110 US dollars. So that'll be something I'll be probably giving away sometime in the future, but be on the lookout for that. So anyway, just by looking, just looking at the box, okay, Chronos is just very simple, straightforward. Just a box with just Chronos. ZMF Pro has lots of disclaimers and things on that box to let you know about what the product, let you know some things about the product. So let's go ahead and open it up. And inside you have the instructions, and do hold on to these instructions because these clocks are really not that hard to program. But again, if you don't have the instructions, it can make for a harder programming experience. Okay, so anyway, this here's this clock here. And again, instructions, keep those. Now, the first physical attribute we're going to talk about. Oh, before I get into the physical attributes, I will say there's one. I'm not going to talk about programming the clock for different time controls. They both have plenty of like ways to program for whatever time controls you want. Delay, Fisher, Bronsted, even the FIDE, like classical, where you get 40 moves for the first 2 hours, hour for the second, 20 moves, and then 15 minutes plus whatever you want. So we're not going to go into that, but it is one feature that I want to talk about with the timer. When I get to that, I will talk about it. All right, so the first obvious physical difference is the display. Okay, this has about a 3.5-inch screen. This has about a 2.5-inch screen, so that you have way more real estate. You can see this much easier than you can see this one. But let's turn them on. If you turn this on, one thing I want to show you, and you turn this one on by turning on the button on the bottom. I feel like that I like the contrast, and turn this up to the light a little bit. I like the contrast in this one a little bit better because the numbers are smaller. So the white space in between each part of the number is not as prevalent, say, as this, where you can see how the white space here. And again, it's just a personal preference. You can see the time just fine, but again, I do prefer the contrast on this clock versus this clock. But again, it's not a deal breaker either way. But what is my number one reason why I would pick this clock over this clock is that the physical buttons. I want everything to be physical. I like physical buttons just like this. And again, you can, and really in this button, all you do, if you take this off right here, this is just a mechanical keycap is all what this is. And if you look at this, and you know, and maybe some people don't know, but I'll explain this real quick. This here is a blue mechanical keyboard switch, meaning that this here is the clicky style. You have many colors. You can have the red, the brown, and so on and so forth. We're not going to get into the differences of mechanical key switches. But anyway, this thing is probably rated for like 1 million actuations or something, so it's never going to really go bad. All right, so we can go ahead and put that back up there. So there's a physical thing you actually have to push, but here is touch. And it does feel like, I don't know how they do it, but it feels like when you hit it, you do feel like a little tingle in your fingers. And I'm not sure if it's an actual this thing here vibrating, or is it like the sound, or is it the sound kind of reverberating through it, or is it just in your mind? I'm not entirely for sure. So so yeah, that's that. So anyway, the physical button, and as far as I'm aware, this one only comes in touch. Don't quote me on that. Take a look around, but this one comes in touch and push. Now, so those are the major characteristics that most people are going to take a look at. Another physical characteristic is that if you look here, and you're wondering, why am I showing you this? Where the battery's at, where the battery compartment, where you actually have to take this entire red case off, undo these 4 screws. There's 4 here, 1 here, 2 on the back side, versus this one has the battery compartment on the bottom, and it has 1 screw in it as well. And you know, again, just think about it. I mean, they want to secure the battery as well, because again, think about it. If you're playing blitz and bang, 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 you're just hitting the clock, you know, time scramble. You don't, worst thing could happen if you're winning the game and your opponent has like 1 second and about to lose, and you hit the clock and then the display dies. How do you handle that in a tournament situation? So these clocks are designed for the chances of that happening should be so low that it's practically 0. So another thing, again, this clock here, you know, has more of what I want to say, a glossy finish. So it's a little bit better feeling to the touch, in a certain sense, like, but it takes more, but you also get more fingerprints on it as well. I don't know if you can see, those fingerprints right there. But this one, because it's like a matte sort of powder coated finish, you don't get fingerprints on it, and it feels like it just might not, say if your palms are sweaty or something, you feel like you might have just a bit more grip. But again, I play with both of these clocks. Again, you can't go wrong with either one. I'm just trying to show you all the physical characteristics of the clock that may make you want one or the other. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the clock is one timing feature that I do like on this clock better, but again, I'll also like the one on this clock as well. So let me go here and hold on, let me do that again. Sorry, turn that on. Now, say I'm on tournament 1. If I hit this, now you see I'm at a 2-hour time, and I'm gonna have to hold this up here so you can see it. So when I hit the clock and start it, you see the delay right here in the corner. The delay is small, and then the clock's count down. So if you just hit the delay, here it is, clock, you see the delay, so on and so forth, right? Now, I do like the fact you can see all the time and see the little display at the bottom. But on this clock here, when you hit the delay, you can set it to have it flashing in between the delay to alarm you that your delay is about to run out. Or actually, let me set this real quick. This is the only thing I'm going to do here for setting something here, is I'm just going to change this here. Oh, hold on, let me do this here. Wait a minute, I forgot. You got to hit the buttons to switch between the different parts here. Let's see. Delay. We want not the flash, because that's what the F means, but you want, I think it's C is the one you want. Okay. Let's go back to the time here. Let's go back. Let me go back all the way to the beginning. Set the time real quick, which is going to be, we'll just say, oh, it went the wrong way. Okay, so now, you see I just did that. So now when you hit the thing, see it just counts down your increment. I mean, not your increment, your delay. So I really like that. So when it's your turn and you say you only got 10 seconds left on your actual clock, when you see the delay, you kind of, I think it puts me at a little more ease to be able to see that 5 seconds counting down really big. So that's pretty cool. So, but again, you can't go wrong with either clock. Both are really nice, really sturdy. But I believe that the defining difference for most people is going to be the bigger screen and the ease of accessing the battery compartment.